Hello, magical people. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Meg Moonbeam, and today we're going to get into our astrology horoscope for Wednesday, November 5th, going until Friday, November 7th. Remember the 5th of November. Isn't today Guy Fawkes Day in the UK? Shout out to all my UK friends and family. Happy Guy Fawkes Day. I always love to celebrate Guy Fawkes Day when I was younger and a teenager. My brother and I, growing up in Canada, we would go travel and visit our family in England and even spend prolonged period of time in the north of England while our parents were traveling for business. So I remember very clearly Guy Fawkes Day and all the fires and having lots of fun with that. So hope everybody is doing well out there. Thank you so much for joining me. And please remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, consider leaving a comment below to help with the channel's growth. Let me know where you're tuning in from, what your sun, moon, rising is, all that jazz. And before we get into the astrology, I want to give a shout out to my husband, Jens. He's just announced his new online live lecture that is coming up, Human Evolution, Lies, Truth, and Destiny, that he's going to be doing on Sunday, November 23rd at 11 a.m. Eastern. And for those of you who have never taken part in any of my husband Jens's lectures, courses, workshops, he is a master conspiracy theorist researcher. He's been in the game for over 20 years. He does really, really in-depth content. So I actually saw him do this lecture 4 times in Dutch. This is going to be the first time he's going to be doing it in English. So if you'd like to join us live and have unlimited replay access, you can go to the link in the description box of this video. So, yeah, we've got some really intense things going on, and it makes sense. Mars opposite Uranus, as I predicted with the astrology, was going to be a crazy ass week. A lot happening this week, highly unstable, right? So, first things first, some of you guys may remember, and just one second, you guys, I'm going to turn the heater off in front of me because I'm just absolutely boiling. Just give me one moment over here. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. Some of you guys may remember that in my November astrology predictions video that I did for this month, I talked about that we were going to have some kind of major death or death. So I was actually getting more than one death of very prominent politician, darker figure, possibly in politics. And of course, we had the death of Dick Cheney. Was that yesterday or the day before? This is an ex post from David Icke, the one and only. David Icke says, "So Dick Cheney is dead. I've tracked his evil doings for 3 decades, from his neocon war on terror to his horrific brutality against mind-controlled women and children with his sidekick, Father George Bush. See the books of Kathy O'Brien. The man was a mass killer, skilled occultist of the dark arts, and super servant to the global cult and the non-human gods he so worshipped and obeyed. See my books for further detail." Psychopath doesn't even begin to describe this man. Well, he's back with his demonic masters in the lower reaches of the astral dimension now, the place where the evildoers of the cult all end up. He thought he was so powerful and such a winner, but like all of them, he was really a monumental loser. Was it worth it, Dick? Very good post by David Icke there. And we also had on the days of exact Mars in opposition to Uranus, unfortunately, a horrible plane crash in Kentucky and many issues at different airports all over the world. I talked about this in my last daily astrology horoscope on Monday. I told you guys be very careful of travel. We could likely see a plane crash. We could likely see some major issue with travel going on. And we're likely to see also with the elections that just happened in the US. Is it the midterm elections, or what's the right terminology to use there, you guys, with the elections that just happened? I said, I think there's going to be major issues with the ballots, the voting, And of course, there were major issues with the polls and the voting machines. There were even bomb threats made in New Jersey. Of course, bombs ruled by Uranus and Mars in negative aspects in astrology. So the astrology doesn't lie, my friends. And this is why it is so helpful to be aware of it, because we can navigate the transits, we can navigate the current times. And hopefully, we don't have anything else too crazy going on, but it is definitely a volatile and a weird energy out there this week. So we're on the other side now as we go into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We're on the other side of this exact Mars opposite Uranus. We are still in the influence of that. And today, Wednesday, November 5th, Guy Fawkes Day, full moon in Taurus, actually a full supermoon in Taurus. So this is a big energy. This is 10 out of 10 on the astrological Richter scale, the biggest supermoon of the year today. And it's intense because, yes, the moon is exalted in Taurus. Yes, the dispositor Venus is at home in Libra. You would think this is actually a really beautiful, nice, relaxing full moon exalted in Taurus, but we've got funky aspects. And it's at 13 degrees, which is a Aries degree. Conflict, anger, aggression, things heating up, coming up to the surface, divine, masculine, right? The dispositor Venus square Jupiter, square Pluto. So there's a lot of shadow work coming up right now for each of us personally in our committed relationships, Venus in our financial aspects of life, Venus, our values and our self worth is being tested as well. And this is a very powerful full moon in Taurus today that we are within the influence of, the orb of influence for the next 3 days, to be doing cleansing work, reflecting, completing things that no longer serve you, having to do with these Taurus ruled aspects, areas of life. Again, our values, self worth, finances, income that may no longer serve, material possessions ruled by Taurus, physical things, right? The physical things in our space hold energy. So, are there physical things around you that you maybe need to let go, cleanse out? Taurus also rules pleasures and enjoyments. So this full moon is illuminating to us, how can we bring more pleasure or joy into our lives? Is there anything that is draining our sense of pleasure or joy or self-worth? What is our relationship like with our diet and food ruled by Taurus? Are there certain foods that we know just are not good for us anymore and we need to cut out? Are there new foods, supplements that we can be bringing in for our highest good? So very extremely potent, powerful super moon in Taurus. It is triggering. It is unstable. Mars still 0 degrees Sagittarius in an opposition to Uranus, 0 degrees Gemini, really affecting travel, really affecting people's beliefs. It is the travel access and it is the learning access. Mars and Uranus. So we can see a lot happening on the public international stage that is unstable and weird. And speaking of unstable and weird, one of the most freaking unstable places on the planet right now is my home country of Canada. And we just had yesterday on November 4th, the exact day of Mars in opposition to Uranus, the budget be tabled, the new budget from the Liberal Party of Canada. And we're waiting on if the other parties are going to accept the budget or if there's going to be a full on non confidence vote that then will trigger another election in Canada, which I think is a high possibility. And speaking of Mars Uranus opposition, we had this dude here who I've never heard about before, but his name is Christ d'Entremont, crossed the floor to the Liberal Party of Canada. Let me see if I can find a clip of this. And if not, I'll just read his statement. So conservative crosses over to liberals. So one of the conservatives in Canada just crossed over to the liberal side. And there's rumors, I can't find the clip, so I'll just show the statement. There's rumors that some more conservatives might be crossing over. Canada is so weird. Yes, Carrie, you took the words out of my wealth, my mouth. He was easy to be bought. I wonder, Chris D'Entremont or whatever the fuck your name is, how much you got paid to do that, and how much the other people that are supposedly thinking about doing that got paid. Are you guys nuts? Supposedly, he said Mark Carney is offering a better path forward with a new budget that hits the priorities. Okay, I'm going to have to do a whole separate video on the astrology of Canada coming up because it makes no freaking sense. And it's just crazy. I won't make the whole video about this, but yes, Sharon, it is fucked up. Leslie says, "Don't hold back. Tell us how you really feel." Yeah, I won't hold it back because I am a Canadian. I am a freedom-loving Canadian. I was a Canadian that was locked out of Canada for 2 years because I didn't get the shots. So I'm sick of this shit. I don't know about you guys. Canada is a broken country and needs a miracle. And I will be doing another Canada astrology video coming up, so stay tuned for that. A lot of weirdness. Speaking of more weirdness, Marjorie Taylor Greene went on The View yesterday, exact Mars opposite Uranus, and she was actually very respectful to the women on The View. I was surprised because she can be, not that she's not respectful, but she can be really feisty sometimes. And she really held her ground. She was respectful to them. She talked about a myriad of different subjects. And this is an interesting clip that I want to play for you guys of Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene yesterday on The View. Take a little listen.
Say you don't believe in the QAnon conspiracies anymore?
Oh, I went over that a long time ago. I mean,
you've changed.
Well, no, I haven't changed. I was a victim, just like you were, of media lies and stuff you read on social media. You all have attacked me many times on this show.
We have.
Because of things that you read about me that weren't true.
Or clips we've seen.
Or clips you've seen
The
that
Jewish space
took me out of
lasers, what was
context.
that about?
No, but
Wait, hold
not
up,
even true.
Let's take a second,
yeah, it's
because
been
I'm
rebuffed.
getting the...
Q is a patriot. He is someone that is very much loves his country, and he's on the same page as us, and he is very pro-Trump, okay? Now, he appears to have connections at the highest levels, all right? He's posted many things that seem to verify that he is the real deal, all right? So many of, it's not just someone poking in the dark, messing with people. The information that Q has revealed is mostly in the form of questions leading you to fill in the blanks. So he asks a whole bunch of questions, and then you're able to kind of come up with the answers. And sure enough, what comes out happens to come true, okay? So he's like telling you in advance, kind of in the form of asking a bunch of questions. Okay, so something he talks about.
So that's a clip. That last part was Marjorie Taylor Greene in the past talking about Q, how she believed in it. She thought Q was someone that was a patriot. And now she's saying, yeah, I've actually been the victim of a cult like you guys have with your whole Democratic liberal spiel going on. And this makes sense so much with the astrology, you guys. This Mars opposite Uranus that we're having this week is really, really powerful. Again, and I know I keep saying this, but it happened exactly at 0 degrees, strongest expression. And with Mars in Sagittarius, beliefs, cults, religions, groups based on a belief. Oh, sorry, I don't know why why isn't my screen sharing? I thought you guys could see what I'm seeing. Just one second here. Sorry, so Mars 0 degrees of Sagittarius, again, beliefs. Sagittarius, even though it's positive and optimistic and lucky, also rules cults. cults, groups of people that are fixated on a belief, religions, right? Preachers, all kinds of gurus, everything like that, in an opposition to Uranus, 0 degrees of Gemini, truth and common sense. So it's, we've been in such a divide and conquer tactic. It's very important to step out of the divide and conquer on both sides, whether you've been on left, whether you've been on right, even in the middle. This Mars opposite Uranus and this full moon in Taurus is exposing false Looney Tune beliefs, right? And things that may be cults. Maybe some of us have been in a cult without realizing it. I'm just going to pick up my cat because he's here right now. Choo Choo, do you want to come up and say hi to everybody? Do you want to say hi? Ocean, can I pick you up? He's just walking around. So, huh? Okay, come say hi to everybody. Ocean wants to say hi. We're talking about cults and Sagittarius and the Mars opposite Uranus. What do you think about that? Do you think it's a big deal? Do you think we all need to be maybe a little bit more open? Kevin says, do you think Q was a cult? Yes. Oh, look at him. Oh my God. So cute. I think Q has become a cult, and some of you will probably be really not happy with me saying that. Q has been something for me, like Marjorie Taylor Greene, that I was open to in the past. I was never stuck on it. But yes, Ocean, but if we can't be open and discerning about people or a belief or a group, it becomes a cult. Right? And Q has become a cult. Her Miller says he's in the Yen's Meg cult. Yes. Chrissy says Q helped me wake up, but I did not get stuck there. Yeah. And guys, I'm not a Q expert. I've never gone fully into Q like 100 freaking percent. It was something I've always been open to. I like to hear all the different perspectives. At this point, we need action, Aries. The entire time that Q has been around has been with Neptune in Pisces, which could actually make sense. There could be behind the scenes military and people trying to do positive, right, from the behind the scenes. But when we excuse everything that Donald Trump is doing, which what I love about Marjorie Taylor Greene is she speaks so eloquently about how there's a lot the Trump administration is doing that is really good, but there's also a lot that is not good and goes completely against the truther movement. And it's important to call that out when it's there. Right? So I think anything, and not just Q, anything that people believe in totally and are not open to a different possibility is a cult. It is a cult. Right? And that can go with anything. That can go with, with me, with astrology. If all of a sudden, for whatever reason, the astrology was no longer valid. Okay, crazy example, but just saying, let's say I'm a professional astrologer and all of a sudden the astrology is no longer valid, but then I'm still coming on here doing my freaking daily astrology horoscopes every day, telling you guys the astrology, but it makes no freaking sense. That would be me in a cult. Because it's not based off the physical reality of what's going on. Yes, Montero, critical thinking is so important. And Chrissy, totally. Chrissy's saying, yes, 100%, Meg. Trump isn't sticking to some of his promises like the Epstein list. And here comes my freaking Sagittarius, because I've got my freaking I've got my North Node Sagittarius, my Mercury, my Venus Sagittarius. So maybe this Mars in Sagittarius and is activating my Sagittarius preachiness. I'm sorry if I'm sounding preachy right now, you guys, but it's yeah, like there's really big promises that are not being kept, and we need to hold these people accountable. Right? The Epstein list is not a freaking joke. And I don't appreciate how Trump and parts of his administration have tried to what's the right word? Not scapegoat us. Have tried to oh my god. There's a word. I'm having a pre-Mercury retrograde brain fart. But when somebody projects something onto you that actually has to do with them. Sorry, I'm losing my words, but gaslight. Thank you, Montero. Exact. Thank you, Joey. Yes. Gaslight. Exactly. It's like, are you seriously going to gaslight us? Your supporters and the people that have been standing for freedom? I can't stand with that. I need to see the action align with the words. John says Trump derangement syndrome works both ways. Yes, it does. And it's not just to have to do with Trump, but this Mars opposite Uranus, it's testing our beliefs. It's testing what's on solid ground. Moon exalted in Taurus, full moon. This full moon has a lot to do with our beliefs. Where are we stuck in beliefs? Right? And I know I use this example a lot, you guys, and I'm sorry if you've heard me use this example a lot, way too many times, but I'll just say it again. For 12 years of my life, I was a vegan. And when I say vegan, I wasn't a pretend vegan in front of your face. I go home, eat a pizza with cheese and ham and pineapple. No, I did not eat any animal products for 12 years, other than like 2 or 3 times when I wanted to have a marshmallow or something, and then I spat it out right away because I was grossed out. So I was a vegan, and I thought I would never not be a vegan. Sagittarius, my belief. I thought that if I ate animals, I was not spiritual. I was not positive. I had this belief. And then all of a sudden, yeah, Kevin says, "Oh no, I'm sorry you did that for 12 years." Yes, I'm sorry too. Right? And then so weird. At the beginning of 2020, was it 2020? Yeah, 2020, because we had the Saturn Pluto conjunction in January. Was it January? I'm forgetting the date, but that was January. In Capricorn at 22 degrees a Capricorn degree, which set off the whole pandemic. Then we had the pandemic really start in March, where all the lockdowns happen. And right before the lockdowns happen, all of a sudden, I had this craving for salmon. What? After 12 years. And at the time, I was in Nova Scotia, staying actually at a shaman's house. I think I was doing a shamanic workshop or something like that. And it was this total synchronicity. Sorry, I'm making this long story long short, where they had salmon fished by the local indigenous people, prayed over, done ceremony by the local indigenous people. And they said, Meg, if you want to eat meat for the fish for the first time in 12 years, this is literally the most perfect salmon. And I learned through them shamanically that all animals have a medicine, and we actually receive that medicine when we eat it. So, long story short, I ate the salmon, and ever since then, I let go of that belief that I'm not spiritual if I eat meat. And ever since 2020, when I started eating meat, dairy again, I am grounded in my body. I am so much more grounded in my body. I was not, for my physical body. Okay, everybody has a different physical body. I did not feel good being vegan at all. And that's my truth. Some of you guys may have a different truth, and that's okay. So I'm bringing up that long example of like Sagittarius. Beliefs change. What beliefs do you have and why do you have them? Why are you stuck on them? Right? So, with Q, for an example, maybe it's true, maybe it's not true. But if you're someone out there that is so triggered by the thought of Q possibly not being true, why is that? Sagittarius, what's the deeper truth? Is that because you wanted a savior? Is that because you thought it was all okay? Is that because you thought that maybe you wouldn't have to take the action? What is that? Right? So it's looking at our beliefs. Yes, Montero, exactly. Beliefs changing equal growth. Or even on the other side, not to bash Q the whole time, but even on the other side, if you're like a really liberal person, why are you so triggered by conservatism? Why are you so triggered by being connected to the land and family and values and life? Right? Sharon, follow your discernment and not cults. Exactly. So this is the next few days where we can have huge, and I didn't even mention yet Uranus retrograding back into Taurus on Friday. So we've got Moon in Taurus today, also going into Thursday, then Moon ingresses into Gemini afternoon time, Eastern time. And then we've got on Friday, Uranus retrogrades back into Taurus. Uranus re-enters Taurus with Venus square Pluto on the same day. So this is a time of a shattering of values, beliefs, relationships, financial security, material possessions, things in the matrix that really don't serve us anymore. We are going through such a huge purging and a letting go at this time. And I'm going to tomorrow do a whole separate video specifically on Uranus re-entering Taurus. So stay tuned for that, you guys, because there's a lot for me to say. But this is a time, November, December, most of January, we're in this huge cleansing portal before 2026. All the outer planets enter fire and air signs. Thank goodness. I do not know about you, but thank goodness. Saturn and Neptune in Aries, Uranus in Gemini, Jupiter in Leo, Pluto in Aquarius. It's going to be not so sensitive anymore. Not so, oh, I'm letting go of so much. This is so hard. I feel like I'm stuck. And it's going to be this. What we're stepping into next year is this chick that yesterday on exact, oh no, actually this was on Monday, but within the portal of the Mars opposite Uranus and the full moon in Taurus, this woman, I love her. Excuse me, I don't know her name, but this woman, beautiful African-American woman, got kicked out of a Gold's Gym for standing up against a man in the women's locker room. This energy, when I saw this, I said, this is exactly what we're stepping into in 2026. Yes, Chrissy, she did. She went full on Scorpio, and I'm going to say full on Aries, because this is what we're going to start seeing. We're stepping out of the Pisces and the Taurus. Oh, I'm just going to be quiet and chill and just take the lockdowns. We're just going to take it into bam, Aries. Listen to this.
Gold gym! Men! Grown men with big dicks in the women's locker room! And that's why I'm getting kicked out, and I want to make sure the girls know! The fuck? Everybody saw that man in the fucking locker room! No one's saying shit! And I'm fucking done with it! It's fucking stupid! It's dangerous! Me naked in front of a man without my permission. I'm the one who gets kicked out the gym, y'all. I'm terminated for not wanting men in the locker room. And that goes to...
This is, I love you. I love you, lady, whoever you are. Excuse me. This is what we need right now. And this is, isn't it interesting? Because Uranus about to be going back into Taurus on Friday, Saturn and Neptune back in Pisces, but we're at the end. So we can already be picking up on this. I've been noticing it within myself, even though we're not fully in Saturn and Neptune and Aries in 2026 yet. We're like right at the precipice of it, where I'm even noticing it within myself and this lady at Gold's Gym and other examples where we're done. We're done with this BS. And it's time to go into the action. Right? If you're seeing an injustice, if you're you need to speak up, say it. Or if you want to do something with your life, do it. Or if you want to change something, change it. That's what we're stepping into. Sarah says she's a badass, 100%. We need to bring out the truth. I totally agree. Totally. Oh, is there anything else I want to share? It's a lot right now. Oh, wanted to mention too. Sorry, Ocean is going crazy here. Ocean, careful. I probably got, I don't even know how many, 20 comments or more than 20 comments under my last astrology horoscope video, other videos. Oh my God, sorry. Email to my email, on my social media. So many of you said you experienced the exact same thing as me on Sunday night. Was it Sunday night? Yeah, Sunday night, where I had like an excruciating pain in my stomach and I thought I was going to die. And I went to the bathroom because I thought I had food poisoning and then didn't even have to go to the bathroom. Something weird happened this weekend because I got so many messages from so many of you guys saying you have the exact same thing on the literal exact same night on the weekend. So we are going through huge purging, huge upgrading. Drink really good water, you guys. Eat really nourishing foods. Get outside every single day if possible. Breathe in fresh air. Get out into nature. Nourish yourself every single day because this is just huge cleansing and purging energy. Wow. See, you guys are even saying in the comments still. Jerry says exact same thing. Yes. Sarah says, oh, wowzers. Same here. And took ginger tablets. Haha. Crazy. Let's pull some cards for these next few days. Oh my God. Full moon. Letting go. Uranus going back into Taurus. Venus square Pluto. What is our guidance for our highest good in our like-minded community? The Fool. 3 of Cups. Okay. Okay, I like these with these intense aspects. Page of Cups. Oh my gosh. And the 10 of Cups. 3 cups and the Fool. What the? Okay, it's better than we think. Okay, Spirit's saying, we're all good. Take a deep breath. We're jumping off the deep end. Why doesn't this want to close up? Mercury retrograde, please close up. Wow. Even though it's a full moon, which is about completion, it's so much being released right now that it's opening new doors, it's opening new pathways. And I'm getting this message so strong. We need to be open. Fool, we need to be open to maybe we were wrong about something. Maybe there's a belief that's no longer alignment. You guys, we've been in Neptune in Pisces since 2013 or 11. I'm having a brain fart. We've been in Neptune and Pisces for a long ass time. And this is height, illusions and lies and deception. So don't be hard on yourself if you've been believing something like totally wholeheartedly and actually it's not even real. Neptune and Pisces. Or you were wrong about something. Or even in your personal life, there's something that you didn't see clearly and the truth is now being revealed this week. Be open, be in our inner child openness Yes, give grace to yourself. And 3 cups cards, and like really good ones too. 3 of cups, celebration, fun, friendship, laughter, partying. Okay, let's be careful with the partying. Let's be careful with the alcohol because it's already wonky. But wow, there's something for us to celebrate the next few days. We can have a collective celebration, personal celebrations. Yes, Linda, our emotions, it's water. It's water. It's our emotions, our intuition. We've still got that Mars trine Neptune happening, high intuition, synchronicities, powerful dreams. Be gentle on yourself, cleansing, receptivity. Also, the Page of Cups is about openness. He can be a little slippery, this Page of Cups. He can be a little bit naive. Again, so it's also like, okay, if we're wrong about something, we can also have fun with that, right? We can laugh at it. We can laugh at ourselves. We can laugh at the situation. It doesn't have to be so serious. And yes, Celestial Emma, gifts coming in, 10 of Cups. We're in good shape. There are blessings, there's positive news, positive emotions, emotional fulfillment, healing. Wow. I'm going to pull an extra bonus full moon message. This guy keeps coming up. I have pulled this guy probably every day for the past week in my shows, in personal readings for myself, in personal readings I've done on others. 7 of Pentacles keeps coming up. And it's very Taurus. Full supermoon in Taurus. You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. What you put your energy towards builds and expands. Yes, Chrissy, look at the harvest of your hard work. Look at how far you've come. Be proud of yourself, how far you've come, and remember the power of what you seed grows. Okay, you guys, I hope I wasn't too preachy. Sorry if my Sagittarius side went a little bit crazy in today's video, but it happens. Thank you all so much for joining me. Have a very happy full supermoon in Taurus. Uranus retrograde back into Taurus. Venus square Pluto. It's an intense one, but it's bringing things to light that we need to look at. So have a beautiful rest of the week. I'll see you guys on Friday for our next Astrology Horoscope weekend forecast. I'll be putting out tomorrow my Uranus re-enters Taurus video, so stay tuned for that. And if you'd like to have a personal reading with me, check out my astrology course or webinar. You can check that out at my website, megmoonbeam.com. And also want to shout out my husband Jens for his new Human Evolution, Lies, Truth, and Destiny online lecture. Oh my God, why isn't this showing up? Sorry, you guys. That he's going to be doing on Sunday, November 23rd. Replay access is available if you can't tune in live, so you can go check that out in the links of the description box of this video. And I'll also say that I'm really excited that I'm going to start to be doing more interviews on my channel. There's been something weird happening. Well, not weird. My astrology right now is bringing in these very interesting new connections and opportunities out of nowhere. So I think you guys are going to be very happy. I have 2 people lined up. One for sure within the next 2 weeks that I'm really excited to have on, and another one that the date is to be determined. But when you guys find out who one of these 2 people is that's going to be coming on my channel, you guys are going to die. Not literally, but just figure of speech. One of my I guess I'll use the word heroes because he's such a badass, is going to be doing an interview with me. So I'm really excited to share that with you guys. Somebody that you might not be expecting. So I know that sounds very, very vague, but just want to say that really exciting. And if there's anybody that you guys would like me to interview, connect with, I have a whole list of people. I feel like this is part of some new part that I'm going to bring out more. I'm always going to be doing the astrology. I'm always going to be doing what I'm doing. But there's like this weird thing coming up where conscious conversations with people. And I feel like I'm going to be sharing that more as a part of what I do. So if there's any, David Icke, Joan Wolf says, Dave Icke, I would love to interview David Icke. Oh my God, do I have lipstick on? Sorry, thought I had lipstick on my teeth. David Icke, that it's not David Icke, but that would be cool. It's basically, what's a clue I can give? He's basically the David Icke of his field. There's someone coming on that is the most prominent person in their field. And I've been following them for years and years, and I shout them out on the channel on a regular basis. So not Stefan Burns, although, yeah, Stefan Burns, that would be really cool to, maybe I'll reach out to him. Yes, conscious conversations. Oh my God, Alex Jones, that would be freaking nuts. Yeah, there's a whole, I mean, there's so many people that would be amazing to have a conversation with. And I'm not seeing any of you guys say it in the comments. So, oh, one of you guys just said it in the comments. So I'm not going to say who it is, but one of you guys just said it in the comments. And I'm going to end it there. I love you all so, so much. See you tomorrow. And please remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, maybe consider doing a comment below, and sending lots of cosmic love your way. Happy full moon, everybody. Bye.